Okay, so this piece is essentially comparing a whole range of tools, automation, workflow, low code, everything from the big enterprise players down to open source stuff like Node-RED, n8n, Airflow.
Right. Quite a spread.
Let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about the core of the comparison, the actual framework being used here to evaluate these platforms.
Okay.
We need to challenge that a bit.
Yeah, I see the criteria. Power, agility, security. Standard terms, sure. But when I see them used for all these tools, especially things like Node-RED, well, it makes me wonder.
How so?
Are we measuring these tools on their own terms, or are we using, like, a checklist that feels like it came straight from an enterprise vendor's marketing deck?
Exactly. That's the potential weakness here. Relying on these really general vendorish categories like power or agility, just as abstract concepts, it can make the whole evaluation seem a bit skewed. Prescriptive, maybe?
Less subjective, definitely.
Right. Especially when you try to compare, say, a big low-code suite to Node-RED or Airflow. They just don't play in the same sandbox using those terms.
So the feeling is the criteria might be coming from advocacy material?
That's the risk. So the real opportunity, the suggestion, is to re-anchor. Move the evaluation criteria towards things that are vendor-agnostic, really objective technical capabilities.
Tied to what the listener actually needs for their specific situation.
Precisely.
Okay, so switching from, let's say, marketing fluff to hard, measurable tech specs, what does that actually look like? Can you give an example for the author?
Sure, so instead of just saying power, the analysis should be asking for specifics, measurable requirements.
Like what?
Like, does it have native multi-experience development support for mobile and web portals? Or can you confirm full-stack control and extensibility? Can you integrate existing code libraries easily?
Got it. And for agility?
Same idea. Don't just state it's agile. Demand proof, concrete metrics.
Uh-huh.
Things like, does it help you achieve Dora DevOps elite performer capabilities? Or are there specific AI-based tools built in to help reduce technical debt? That makes the whole framework much more rigorous, much more useful.
Right. Much more grounded. Okay, building on that point. Even if we fix the criteria, make them super technical, is there still a risk?
What are you thinking?
That focusing just on features, even technical ones, might miss the fundamental differences in purpose between these tools.
Absolutely. That's a second big point. The weakness right now is that the material kind of lumps everything together.
Yeah.
You've got platforms built for massive data pipelines like Airflow or Pipedream, the Node-RED, which is often about hardware, IoT stuff, and then the broad enterprise app dev platforms.
And they're all being compared side by side?
As if they're interchangeable subjects, yeah, without first setting up a clear filter based on the use case. They're not starting from the same place.
Okay, so the suggestion is structural. We need something upfront, like a decision matrix, high level, mandatory.
Exactly, to segment the platforms right away.
So the comparison stays relevant to what the reader is actually trying to do.
You got it. Pre-filter based on the primary goal. Otherwise, the reader wastes time comparing, apples to network packets, like you said.
Makes sense. Can we give a concrete example of that filtering?
Sure. You could frame it as questions for the reader, right at the start.
Okay.
Like, is your main goal managing complex data dependencies and long-running batch jobs? If yes, boom, you're looking at Airflow, maybe Pipedream.
Right.
Or maybe ask, is tight integration with hardware protocols absolutely essential? Or listening for, say, raw TCP packets?
That points straight to Node-RED.
Exactly. Versus maybe, is the focus more on simplicity, using pre-built nodes for common business process automation?
Which might lean towards n8n or similar tools.
Right? This kind of segmentation ensures the reader is only digging into the details of tools that actually solve their specific problem.
Okay, so we've covered two main areas then. First, moving away from that vendor-centric language towards objective, measurable, technical criteria.
Yep. Getting specific.
And second, structuring the whole comparison better by putting in that primary use case filter right at the beginning, segmenting the tools by purpose.
Those are the key suggestions. Implementing these should really boost the relevance and the overall robustness of this analysis.
So we invite you to take these ideas, refine the comparison, and definitely send it back our way. We'd be happy to take another look.